Inside F2 and Brundle behind the wheel are back at Carlin, where we're looking at seats, specifically seats for Formula 2. This will be Liam Lawsons' seat for this year's 2022 season. So let's check it out then. What's this all about? Well, obviously it sits inside the carbon safety shell, which sits within the car, and the rear form fits nicely to that carbon safety shell. These are made specifically by very specialist companies, and there's an interesting process to it. First, the driver will sit inside the car in a bath of beads, essentially, inside a sort of a very strong plastic bag, almost. Then resin will be poured inside that bag full of the small plastic beads to make sure that the seat form fits. It'll get vacuumed to stop that resin hardening, and you will adjust it slowly, little by little, in order to get the absolute perfect form fit of the driver's body to defend them from the G-force as they're moving round the circuit. As that resin then starts to set, the seat operative will push these side areas into the driver to give them the maximum support. That will then sit in the car to cure and harden, will get pulled out and sent off to the specialist manufacturer, who will scan it and print a version like this to make it as light as possible. These are often then covered in antibacterial and protective materials to keep them good for a full year's racing competition, and provided to the driver in this form with the belt holes cut inside them for the seat belts to go through and protect the driver throughout the whole racing year and give them the maximum performance. A driver will tend to sit very much reclined in a modern single-seater, and so this is how the seat will tend to sit within the car. A couple of reasons for that. Obviously, the aerodynamic shape dictates the way the drivers sit, and also in terms of center of gravity, it keeps the driver's mass nice and low and deep inside the car. In fact, the more mass you can get into the middle of the car and as low as possible, the better it is for performance and center of gravity of a racing vehicle. And that all comes into consideration along with a load of regulatory guidelines for where the driver's head and legs should sit inside the car to keep them as safe as possible and keep them protected by the car's safety cell.